It's the weekly show about rAVe with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Hey everyone, this is Gary K and
Steph Beckett, and we are back for another weekly episode of rAVe TV, where you can find Gary and I online on ravepubs.com, on YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn live every Wednesday at noon Eastern.
not
where
Facebook anymore?
Maybe.
No more
maybe
Facebook.
Facebook.
Hey, you just
Does anyone even, I don't even think anyone ever watched it on Facebook.
My shirt like really wrinkled.
I think it's fine.
Is it fine? Okay.
Well, it's also like a black shirt. So like, even if it was very wrinkled, like,
I
I
feel
don't
like
think
the
it would,
logo's even wrinkled. I'm gonna have to stretch it out.
I think it's okay.
All right, good.
It looks weirder when you're touching it than it does when you just leave it alone.
I saw Napoleon.
Oh, okay. Was it good?
Really, really, really good. Like that's Academy Award level movie, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. Joaquin Phoenix was in it. And I knew a lot about the history of Napoleon. I knew he was really he's really insecure.
A weird guy, for sure.
Power. Yeah, very weird.
Yeah.
And they show all that in the movie. It's very well done. It's about 2.5 hours long. You and I both love movies. I would highly recommend it.
Do you feel like it gave you like a better sense of understanding like where the saying came from, or like the thing where like if men are like short, they have like a Napoleon complex?
I mean, he did have a complex. I mean, he declared himself basically king of France for the most part. Although
which is crazy.
Kind of pitched it more like he was sort of set up and then let down.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want to give it away too much. Obviously, as I always do, I research afterwards to see how much of it was true. And for the most part, it's well documented, how he was. And Joaquin Phoenix sort of played it to what's been written in history. But, as not a lot of people wrote everything down back then. So, a lot of it's word of
just
mouth.
Like speculation. Yeah.
But he definitely was in love with Josephine, and the one he divorced. And, he was real depressed about that. But it's crazy to think the size of the battles that he fought, the number of soldiers. Like they had one battle, they lost like 500,000 people. And that's just crazy to think that they had that many people marching, across countries, right? To fight Russia, for example. When they went into Russia, they had over 600,000, almost 700,000 troops. They only came home with like 40,000.
How did he come? He just literally came into power. Like, I think, he had built things up, but like, he literally just would like declare like, okay, this is it. Well, I have this now. And I feel like everyone was just like, okay. Like,
I mean, I think a lot of people, were intimidated. And the military, once you have the military on your side, you basically have power, right? And he had the military.
I always think about him as like, that is like the most white guy thing to do, to like walk into the situation and be like, okay, this is mine now, actually. So I'm now in charge of this. I was like, this is literally the most 5'2" white man thing of him to do.
Okay. I can't defend that, but
you're not 5'2", you're okay.
Okay, good. Have you seen any good movies lately?
I've heard about them. So I've heard about this like Saltburn movie. Have you seen that yet? I want to go see it. I have no idea what it's about, but it keeps showing up in all of my ads that are like, like the algorithm is like, you'll like this. You want to go see this
like
movie.
Weird, scary movies.
Yeah, that I really like a weird. It's like I'm pretty sure it's an A24 film, so it's going to be weird and kooky and different. But and then Priscilla, I really want to see that still.
What about the new Mean Girls?
Their marketing is really weird.
It is weird. It almost looks like they're marketing as a musical kind of thing, but it's not. No,
it is a musical.
Oh,
this is a
in the commercial. Version. There's no songs.
Yes, so this is a movie version of the Broadway musical that is based off of the 2004 film that obviously built my sense of humor. Love this movie. But they didn't.
Are you Regina George? Are you Regina George?
No, I don't know who I would be.
Who is Regina George in our company?
You.
That's not nice. I guess I walked into that one, didn't I?
I think No, I don't know. I think that, or maybe you're the principal that's like,
Okay, I'll take that.
I'm so tired of this. I think that I'm Janice Ian, the like weird girl.
The weird girl.
Yeah, the weird girl that that Regina George was mean to the whole movie.
Yeah. You just like being the starring role.
No, Katie Heron is the starring role.
That's true.
Lohan.
Yeah, that's true.
That's Kelsey or Anne Marie. Like they're the redheads. They have to be that role. But yeah, I want to go see that too. I'm going to give it a shot, but I don't have high hopes from like the marketing of it. Right. I think that they're just doing it very poorly. Like that, like the marketing team is not speaking to the people who actually made the movie. So like no one has like a clear vision of like what things should be.
Well, so, yeah. I'm excited to see it just because I thought it was such a cute movie back in 2000.
Oh my God. It was amazing. Like whenever you get like SNL greats like that to make a movie, it's going to be the funniest thing. Yeah. Like that was always one of the movies that like my dad did not want to watch the same movies that I wanted to watch growing up. But that was like one of the movies that he'd be like, okay, like I'll come in and sit and watch this with you because it was funny.
Yeah, well, there's more SNL people in it. So
yeah, that's true. They got a lot of the same people. That I think Tina Fey is keeping her part. Tim Meadows is keeping his part as the principal. Yeah. He's so nice, by the way. I met him when I had an internship at a radio station. He like came in to do like a promo for his latest project, and I met him. He was so nice.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. Well, hey, speaking of nice people, Justin Kennington has stepped down as president of SDVoE, and he really built SDVoE. The SDVoE Alliance is what it is. But I had a private conversation with Justin about this a bit ago, and he's got a cool plan, and it does not involve our industry. But he's got a neat idea, and he's going to do this cool thing outside of our industry, and I wish him the best. I really like Justin. Justin's a super nice guy. I like it because he's opinionated and he's passionate. He believes in what he believes in. And he's going to be replaced with Stephen Tremblay as the president, who was I believe, CTO. So that's natural for him to take over as president. And I think SDVoE is going to be in great hands. They're going to do really well. And, they've got the only, multi-brand ecosystem right now for AV over IP that's actually shipping. So I think Justin's a big part of that. I mean, my hat's off to Justin. We're going to miss Justin's personality in the industry. He had a great personality. He was at Crestron before and then went to SDVoE and sort of helped drive the adoption of AV over IP. I know all the AV over IP companies are probably in shock, but at the same time, I think Justin did everything he could. Like he accomplished everything he could, and I think it's a good transition time and good opportunity for him to do something different. And Justin, just to call it to you, I've really enjoyed working with you. I've enjoyed doing shows with you, and I wish you the best at your venture. I'm excited for you, what you're going to do, and I will definitely visit. So how's that?
Yeah. So, Justin, I will also miss you, and I appreciate you as being one of the first people in the industry who were so welcoming to me as someone who was like coming in and new and was just very kind. And like when I would ask questions, would explain things to me, but not in like a "you're dumb" manner, and like oh yeah, I'm happy to explain this to you if you don't get this. So yeah, I'm gonna miss him too. He was a good pal, and someone in our industry that I think of as being like also quite funny.
Yeah, he is funny. He's good at making fun of himself too.
Yes.
So, well, look, hey, go ahead, Steph. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, anytime I ever had to interview him for anything, it would always be like terribly hard to get through because we would like be hee ha haing half the time. Like we'd get through an interview and I'd be like, was any of that usable? So gonna miss that.
Well, we are proud to have the industry's only live news show that comes on every Wednesday at noon. We are honored that you are watchers, and we're going to do some cool things between now and the end of the year. We're going to have our holiday show where Steph and I dress holiday-ish, and then we're going to do a really cool show. Which should we tell them what we're going to do, or should we wait and debut the show for the New Year's? I think we probably should wait.
We should.
It's going to be kind of cool. It's going to be something Steph and I are going to do together. It'll be different. We give you some entertainment for New Year's.
Yeah, we like to do a little jokey show every now and then, just to keep everyone on their toes.
A little bit of entertainment for New Year's.
Yeah,
we haven't
done anything like crazy since we did the hot wing thing.
Yeah, it won't be like that, but it'll be just you and I, and it'll be different. And we'll be off the week between Christmas and New Year's, but we will be back the week of New Year's. That's when we'll do the crazy thing. But then before that, the Wednesday before the Christmas show or the Christmas time or the holiday time, we will we'll dress our quirky ways. And but we are really honored to have 3 amazing sponsors. We have Legrand, we have Aver, and we have Shure. So please watch this message from Shure.
All right. We are live today on Shure.com, and we're here to talk to you about the STEM ecosystem. I'm Laura Davidson, and I'm joined by Mario Ponce and Bud Vitus. That's what we're going to call you. We're going to call you Bud.
Right.
Ryan Bud Vitus, we call him Bud. So we're here to talk about STEM, and they're joining us live from the STEM office in Irvine.
Beautiful.
What's up, guys?
Beautiful office. It's a nice day. Feeling like California summer.
I know, right? But you look chilly, Bud. What's going on? You got a jacket on?
The conditioning in here is it's pretty substantial. So, even though it's really hot outside, you walk in here, especially this back office, this specific conference room gets a little chilly. So,
all right. All right. Well, I'm here in sunny Connecticut and living my best life, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about STEM, which is an exciting line of products that we offer that also happens to be on sale this next couple of months. So we thought, why not get online here and chat with all of you, and let's talk about STEM.
Yeah, totally. We were having a really cool conversation about, we just had some lunch.
Yeah.
And we were having a cool conversation about the STEM as an ecosystem. And I kind of have a cool graphic here that just kind of highlights like what all is included in this STEM ecosystem. Yeah. So why don't you just tell us a little bit about some of this stuff?
Yeah. And we're going to dive into like each individual product. But as you see here, this is the suite of products that are within the ecosystem. And we have a ceiling, which is just microphones. We have a wall unit with microphones and speakers. We have a table unit with microphones and a speaker. We have the hub device when you have multiple devices, is what brings everything together. We have a speaker, which is just a speaker. Obviously, that usually gets paired with the ceiling. And we have our control, which is one way to access the platform and manage the overall system. But you see all of this, and everything can be mixed and matched together however you see fit. And they're all networkable devices, so they communicate over.
Hey, as you may know, that Shure bought STEM Audio, and this is the STEM ecosystem. It is a 10-minute explainer video, basically explaining how it fits into the Shure ecosystem. But most importantly, they have that whole entire system on sale the month of December, and I think most of January. So if you scan that QR code, you can go watch that entire video. It's a great educational piece. If you have anyone in your team that wants a full ecosystem of audio products for meeting rooms, the STEM audio product system from Shure is the way to go. Exactly. Hey, what do you think about Dante? It's interesting. Audinate has basically dumped the Audinate name and said, okay, everyone knows us for Dante, so we're now going to be known as Dante. But the most important thing is that they're sort of staking a claim. Look, we are not just an audio over IP company anymore. We are an AV over IP company. And I think that's the key message they're trying to get across here with their new sort of, I don't want to call it a rebrand. They're calling it a rebrand, but it doesn't look much different. There's a little bit of branding there. But I think the most important message here is that they're focusing on AV over IP, adding the video, not just the audio part of AV of the IP system.
I actually think this is a very wise branding decision, because I can't tell you how many companies in our industry are just horrible at branding and marketing. And they're like, well, this is our brand, but this is our product. But the product's also kind of the brand. And the brand is not this product, but there's this thing and that thing. And it's so confusing to everyone involved, including me, who has to write about this stuff.
Well, Audinate or now Dante has so many adopters, it'll sort of, instead of having to say Audinate or Dante but Audinate, now it's just going to be Dante.
It's just going to be Dante. Like the product, which is not a product, the standard is the company. The company is the standard. Like, thank you for making
the protocol. We should technically call it a protocol because it isn't a standard. It hasn't been adopted by everyone, but it's being used by everyone. So it's
Yes,
the
the
closest standard you
protocol.
can get. C2G came out with a new docking station. I love their docking station. I actually use a
Yes,
C2G
this
docking station
is
in my
yes.
office.
I love
Thanks to Beth
simple
sending
to
me one.
use docking
Yeah.
station, and this one is really nice.
Yeah, so if you have a MacBook, this thing is awesome because one USB-C connection gives you 4 monitor outputs and a whole bunch of other connectivity, USB and also DisplayPort and networking. So that's what I use here at my office at UNC. Actually,
and this is a C2G dongle right here.
There you go.
So I use it also every day.
Yeah, so they got a new one. You can check it out at ravepubs.com. And even though that's not something that you think you should be selling, it's funny because everywhere you're putting all your AV systems in, especially these meeting rooms, they're putting docking stations in, so you might as well sell them. And
might as well.
It's part of Legrand's product line, so check it out from C2G. And also a story I wrote up yesterday, Steph, is now that Sennheiser's now shipping all of the EWDX microphone family now. So all the new stuff they introduced at Infocom. We use this line of products, by the way. If you're wondering what we use on show floors to do all of our video recordings, we use this, earlier version of this line of products.
Yes.
This is what we use. And we never have any problems with it. We love that product line as far as performance for what we use it for. And they have the new stuff is all now shipping. It's interesting. Companies are sending press releases about stuff shipping, which used to not be news, right? But now it's actually news because
this is like a post-COVID trend of like, we've come out of this thing, but we actually don't have enough of the bits and bobs that take to make it for us to ship that much of it. So we'll tell you when we're actually shipping it.
Yeah. So now that's the thing, right? They're saying that. And speaking of Legrand, by the way, I know that we have some stuff about House of Worship. Is that right?
Exactly. So Legrand can help you let messages shine in houses of worship with digital signage solutions that engage and inform your House of Worship members. So you can explore Legrand solutions to maintain the most vital connections today and every day. And all you have to do to find out more about how they can help you do that is scanning the QR code below. And they've got a whole page on their website that shows you all about digital signage in House of Worship and how Legrand can help.
Very cool. And hey, there's another story. This is not a pro AV story, but a home AV or high-end residential story.
I just thought it was interesting because, security, whether it's home AV, whether it's pro AV, any type of security solution, whether it is physical or cyber, it's interesting to people right now. So I just kind of included that in here.
I didn't tag it as security. Can you go back and tag that as security for your security newsletter?
I already did. Don't worry.
All right, good. Well, the Snap one announced that Claire One security system is now also available and compatible with
Nest.
With the Nest integration with the Google Nest Home, Google Home app, which a lot of people actually use to control their house. It's not a professional product, but it's a residential product. The Claire One stuff is professional, but you can use it in the consumer Google Home app as well, which now makes it compatible with all the different home apps because Google is compatible with all of them. So that's a thing. You can check all that out on our website. And tell me about the article, the relationship selling article. I haven't had a chance to read it yet.
So this is Scott Tyner's latest. If you are unfamiliar with him, he works for Bates College. He's kind of like what many would consider like an in-house integrator for Bates College.
Yeah, sure.
And so this is kind of an article that I thought would be interesting to everyone because this is all about how salespeople should not be just focused on selling you product and like pushing product and solutions. They should be focused on selling a relationship with you because if they know you, they know your business, they're not going to sell you or try to sell you something that you don't need. They're going to be like, hey, I know everything about how you run your business. This product in particular is going to make your life easier. And so Scott was just talking about like an AV salesperson has a really interesting job in that sense and how they can continue to make our lives easier so that we don't think of them as like, oh my God, this annoying salesperson whenever they call. They're like going to be calling with useful stuff.
There you go. And Scott always does a great job. I look forward to reading. I just noticed it on the website literally right before we went live, Steph, because I noticed it's trending as the third most popular story on the site. So, as I mentioned, Aver is also a sponsor of all that we do here. And we've mentioned about we've talked about the Cam 550 before, but the Cam 550 has this feature called Smart Gallery, which uses AI technology to crop participants into multiple. So all these people, if you look on the screen, they're all in the same meeting. So you can see, that is breaking a meeting room of 5 people into 5 separate screens. That gives you a one-on-one shot of each meeting participant, even though you're using one camera to do that. And that's all built into the Cam 550, thanks to the AI functionality. And you could choose between headshots or half body, meaning you can kind of cut them off halfway across the chest if you want to. It kind of depends on how many people are in the meeting. But, this is all part of the meeting equity initiative that AVer has to help people who are not in a meeting live to feel more like they're part of the meeting by seeing the expressions of people on their faces, as well as hearing them and seeing them when they're talking. So check all that out at ravepubs.com, or of course you can go to averusa.com as well. And that link is available to take you directly to there. They actually have some cool stuff. I mean, AVer's really doing some amazing things. And I know you're getting ready to fly out. You're getting ready to fly it across the country, aren't you? You excited about that?
Yes, I am. I'm very excited. I love DSC. I love LDI. So the fact that these 2 shows are co-located in Las Vegas, we are very much excited to go. We have a smaller team going this year, so we are all going to be on the floor video shooting. So feel free to say hi if you are also attending. If you need a last-minute registration for any reason, you can use the code rAVe, and that will get you into LDI, but it will get you into DSE as well. So we are so excited. It's going to be a great both shows. And if you are not going, you can feel free to follow us along. We have a microsite for DSE and also one for LDI. So we'll be pushing stories. Of course, I will write up my thoughts of both shows, and then we will also publish all of our product videos as we get those on either microsite. So feel free to follow along. You can find either microsite on the rAVe Pub site under trade shows. So, yeah.
Excellent. And then we, of course, are heading to ISE at the end of January. We're excited about that. In fact, I think my flight's supposed to be booked today. We're going to be in Barcelona. I forget the exact dates, but I think it's like the 29th, 30th.
So it's the show's the 30th through the 2nd. Yeah. So
it's a 4-day show. We're going to be there. I know a lot of you can't go, but if you can go, we have a code. Right, rAVe Europe. Just type in rAVe Europe when you're registering. If you can't go, we are going to cover the heck out of the show. We will take a giant crew to ISE, and we will go to every booth and shoot videos, and we'll make sure we cover it as heavily as we can. All of that coverage is, as Steph said, for all of our microsites is there on our website under ravepubs.com. Just click on trade shows, or you can go to ravepubs.com/ISE, and it's all there. And
the flights are a pretty good deal right now. So go ahead and book it.
Go.
Our flights were
per person.
Yeah. Our flights were, pretty good deal. So go ahead and get those booked while you still can. And we'll see you in Barcelona. I love Barcelona. I like it so much better than Amsterdam, I think.
Yeah. And one other event we'd like to tell you about before we send you on your way today is in a couple of weeks on December 19th here, we are going to be doing an event, part of our Launch and Learn series on what happened in the year 2024 or 2023 in ProAV. So it's going to be sort of like a look at everything that has happened in ProAV and how it affected our industry and how that might affect 2024. So it's kind of a panel of experts that's sponsored by Peerless AV. And it's part of our series of Launch and Learns that we do ongoing during the year. Last one was a ProAV symposium. So I'm sure this team will, this event will talk about, the impact of AI and specifically how we can use it. They'll talk about, meeting equity and how that affected the year, but we'll also be looking forward to 2024. So this will not just be boring rehash of stuff you already know. So if sign up for that, go to launch.com, lavnch.com, or scan that QR code. Again, it is December 19th. I actually don't know the time, but it's on December 19th. So you can sign up
at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, perfect. 1 p.m. Eastern. So allows pretty much everyone in the world to sign up. So look, I really appreciate y'all joining us. I know Steph and I love doing this show every week, and sometimes they're long, sometimes they're short. This one's a little short. So we're going to give you an extra 5 minutes to hang out and use the bathroom before your 12:30 meeting.
Yeah, sounds good. Yep. All right. See you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
It's the weekly show about ProAV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.